Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here, and we're at the finale of Legend of Legaia. And if you're wondering what part number that is, it's part 118. I think you would know that though from looking at the previous episode. Anyways, let's talk to May here. Mike, so you want to see the world now that the mist is gone? I want to see the world too. I want to go with you. Take me with you. If you want to be an ass, say no, but I'm going to say yes. Oh, thank you. This is the day I've been waiting for, the day we finally get to travel together. I don't need to get ready. I'm ready to leave right now. What are you looking for? Tee, I'm so excited. And she joined your party. Sort of. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine, but please, Mike, look after May. Don't be selfish towards May. Good luck. Let me worry about things here. One last person to talk to before we leave. Let's talk to our father and, what's his face? Oh, Mike, I was just talking with Dr. Usha. We were talking about how the Ra-Seru's amazing power healed my legs, and how everyone in the village feels as if they have been reborn. Ra-Seru will give us a new lease on life. It's a miracle we'll never stop talking about. Oh, yeah, shut up. I was talking to Dr. Usha. Fascinating, most fascinating story. Mike, Val is a wonderful father, and Nini is a wonderful sister. But Mike, your face says you want to ask me about the world outside the village. Sure. My intuition was right, as usual. Well then, I'm gonna make it brief. First of all, you do know that no more sewer will be created anymore, yes? Our good friends in Seoul are still experimenting, but it's no use. The Zero Maze destroyed and the sewer kai gone, no new sewer will ever appear again. What's more, the sewer already here are gradually losing their power. The calculations show that most of the sewer will die off in the next year or so. We avoided the sewer in the age of the mist, but losing them completely is another matter. The Soren, the flying carts, and others who relied on the sewer may return to the Stone Age. But Mike, I have faith in human potential. The human race will never die out as long as we have people like you to carry on Teague's wishes. Okay, now we can leave. Now the second you walk out of town, or talk to the elder, that's whenever you trigger the end of this. Hello Mike, so you ready to leave? Well, I have something to ask you. After the village rejection from Juggernaut, and Noah left the village. See, if, depending on what you choose, Noah leaves the village. Anyway, Noah was carrying a baby, wasn't she? Noah refused to tell me who the baby was, but that was her brother Court, wasn't it? I don't know. Truth be told, I actually do believe that it is Court. So I will say, yes, I think that was Court, as I suspected. Court too must have been reborn when we received new life from the Ra-Seru. I know that it was Court who brought the mist into the world, and I also know that Court is Noah's only blood relative. Noah must have been trying to leave with Court unnoticed. She must have decided to raise Court by herself. Noah is quite a young woman. Mike, are you about to leave Real Man? Yes. Have you said goodbye to everyone in Real Man? Yeah. Good luck to you. See the distant lands, the rich world for all humans. Mike! Everyone comes on and says hello, goodbye to you anyway. Mike, goodbye Mike, we'll miss you. Good luck, take care, we'll be waiting for you. Remember, this is your home. And May appears next to you and walks out with you. And the music of happiness plays again. And then Mike starts walking on the world map in a minute. Yeah, just starts walking off into the world. I think the credits start very soon too. Oh wait, no, we get to see some other stuff first, I believe. Yeah, here we go. There's Noah, with the baby Court. Oh. Procyon staff, you guys are awesome. Natsumi, you're awesome too, because you made these awesome characters. Well, I guess I should be, kind of telling my overall, what do you want to call it? Shit. My overall rating of the game. Yeah, here we go. So, basically, I'm gonna rate it on a few things. The first thing I'm gonna rate on is the battle mechanics. Now, I'm gonna give this kind of a harsh rating because I'm gonna give it a 7, which I know doesn't sound too harsh, but the reason why is because it takes freaking forever to level up until you get that one item, which maybe you don't get it till the end of the game. And beyond that, I mean, it's just insane how if you do auto, you get like nothing out of it, you know? Your Nori, I mean, you did a good job, but I gotta hit on you, you know, like beat up on your stuff a little bit here, because basically how many of the attacks get repeated a lot, it gets really, like I said, repetitive. So I mean, it's like hard for you to be like, oh, this is awesome, you know, because of that. It's hard for you to grind levels because you're getting tired of doing the same move over and over and over again. I mean, of course, you don't have to do the same move over and over again, but for the most part, you do similar moves over and over again. The story gets a 10 out of 10 for damn sure, because, I mean, the story is freaking amazing. I mean, for them to come up with something like this was just absolute craziness, because, I mean, like, I know Magic has been something that a lot of people have been interested in for like the longest time, you know. But I mean, the crazy thing is, you put it into this kind of format where you have to learn it by defeating an enemy. I know that doesn't have anything to do with story. I'm just saying, you know, it's kind of neat how the story is basically you got a Ra-Seru and you have to use it to save the world. And I like how they did that, because I mean, it's kind of like something they didn't have to do, but they did, you know. And I mean, I guess on my next thing, so I can talk about the Magic build up and all that gameplay, which is kind of battle mechanics but gameplay more or less. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, because many of, like, you know, running around and all that in the game seems kind of, I don't know. It's great, atmosphere is wonderful and all that, yes, but the fact that many of the dungeons are one-time trips, it makes it kind of hard for you to enjoy it. And I don't know what it means by casting here, because there was no voice acting in the game. I don't know if there was supposed to be or something, because like it has all these voices, I mean, all these people that could have done voice acting for him. I guess it means inside the battle. But yeah, you can pause it and look at all the names of people who did the cool little Japanese and regular speaking, and the little bit of English as well, you know, if you want. Basically, I'm just going to do my overall rating and stop talking about the game as much. I give it a 9 out of 10. I know it's kind of weird after what I said about 7, but I give it a 9 out of 10 just because I think the story kind of gives it the best points on it and all that. And just how you have all these different options at the end that you can do. So the replay value is really high as well, in my opinion, because of all the stuff you can do when you go back through it. So yeah, basically, as I asked before, for bonus videos, I'm probably going to do a fight against the guy without using the point card. I'm going to try, even though it's going to be really hard to do this, I might go ahead and show off every option that you can choose. Even though they're kind of all there's only 2 that are different. And it's the ones that are, you know, talk to Noah and go to Brian Monastery. Those are the only 2 that I have a difference. I'm not going to show the very first one because basically this does the exact same thing as what it did there. Again, voiceover, I'm not sure what it means by that. Translation crew. You guys did good, but you could have done a lot better because, I mean, I'm not talking about the words. The words was nice, but if they were part of the translation of, like the speaking of the game, they didn't do that great a job. If you're wondering, am I going to do the sequel to this game? Because there is a sequel, sort of, quotes in that sequel. Maybe. Because it's not that I don't want to, it's because it's a hard game, and the voice acting in that game is just abysmal compared to this. I mean, it's... the fighting in that game, it's great and all, because they changed the whole way that the game works when it comes to fighting, because your AP is gained by fighting instead of by using spirit, you know. But that's not important. It's just kind of, whenever you defeat an enemy or get hurt or whatever, your characters, when they speak, have really interesting dialogue, so to speak, like whenever they speak and they fight. Anyway, Procreon, you did really good. All the same. Contrail, you did good too for making this game. Oh, another bonus episode I want to show off, which I might do right after this. Haven't decided totally yet. I'm gonna watch these flowers bloom. I don't know, I still have time to do it. The end. Yeah, what I'm thinking about doing though is I'm thinking about showing off the Muscle Dome. But I'm only going to be able to show off the Expert course because the Master course you have to be like level 55 and it's going to take me forever to get to that. I mean, I guess I can always leave the dungeon because I'm going to have to do that anyway. And yeah, you can hit X on this one. Number of battles, 720. Number of escapes, 20. Maximum hits, 14, 19, and 15. Maximum damage, 4,789, 5,464, and 4,776. Noah was knocked out the most. And I didn't find all the treasure in the game either. Oh my god! I almost got every single magic spell in the game. Look at that. Noah has almost all of them. That means if I get the Juggernaut spell, which you can get, I would have every single spell in the game for Noah. That's awesome. And yes, I got all the hyper arts because that's impossible not to do. And the one who did the final blow on the enemies was Mike. He did the most because of course you start out with him, so of course he's going to do the most. Noah did 500 and John did 344. Well, of course he was the last to get into your team, and he also doesn't do the most damage most of the time. So yeah, there is 100% completion of this. You have to find all the treasure. And the problem is, I could have missed some in the dungeons where you can't go back to. And if that's the case, there's nothing I can do about that. So, I'm never going to be able to show that off, of course. I'm not going to be able to show this screen 100% because if I did miss treasures and unable to go back 2 levels, there's nothing I can do. So the only thing I can say is this. If you want to 100% the game, you're going to have to go back through and search harder for the treasures that I missed. I recommend one of the guides on GameFAQs because that's better than the book that you're going to get. because the book I have hardly told me about any of the items that I found. So, yeah, if you hit X on the screen, you'll go on the next screen. It took me, I guess that's 60 game hours. So, yeah, that's just, well, of course, that's from me sitting and waiting for that's probably from sitting and waiting for the thing to load, having to take breaks, you know, stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, that's not really that bad. Let's hit X again and find out what do we get next, if anything. Ah, it just takes us back to the main menu. Now, real quick, just to show you, if you look at your save file, it's not going to have anything special on it, by the way, just telling you. If you look at it, it shows you in Bio Castle and all that. So let's go ahead and load the game real quick, because we have time. And don't worry, I'm not going to like fight the boss again right now, because that would take way too long. What I'm going to do is come in here, and what you want to do is you want to use a door of light, because we're going to get out of here. I hate when the house settles. It sounds like someone just walked into my room. Now, I could have walked out and gotten more experience, but I wanted to show you guys something. We're gonna go and heal at the healing spring real quick. And of course, there's gonna be one fight, and I'm gonna use GMR against it just for the hell of it. Also, I think this thing would like do 0 damage if it attacked you anyway, just tell you out straight out loud, you know. So there's no reason to fret getting attacked by these things. I mean, it's sad to think though that, you know, you go into this game getting nearly annihilated by these things when you first run into them, and you get to the end of the game and they do like at most 10 damage. I think something like that. Ridiculous. If they even do damage to you at all, you know, because you might block it all. Anyway, I'm gonna get to the Hunter Spring, heal up, and tell you some more stuff. So, as you're well aware, I started Majora's Mask because I didn't know how long it was going to take me to finish this. What we need to do, we need to warp over to the Soren camp. And now that we have like all this stuff that we can sell and all this money, I just want to show you something. We're going to have to buy one door of light because I want to be able to get back out of there. Talking about the one thing, but we want to warp to the Soren camp. And of course, there's nothing in the game that you need to sell anymore, so... Well, not sell, but there's nothing in the game that you'll ever need to buy that's armor-wise, so don't worry about wasting all your money, if you can call it that, using all your money on items, because it definitely won't hurt you in the long run. So anyway, I still only have 9 of them. And look at that! I can only buy 20. I mean like 20 max, you know. Need a couple of these too, I'm sure. I don't really need any more of those, do I? But basically, now I have 20 of those. That should be more than enough, I think. Okay, what else was I gonna do in this episode? Still fully healed, right? Yep. Door Wind, Soul. Okay. Now here at Soul, I'm gonna go to the, I think it's the 5th floor. Go to the Muscle Dome, and I wanna just show something off real quick. Now, another thing I might try to do is get the talisman that you can get from this area. Well, not talisman, but the, oop, I don't think I want to go to the 6th floor. Yeah, I don't. But yeah, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get, the talisman, the stone or whatever the hell it's called here, and get the talisman that you get for doing it. But it won't even show up here, you know, until you get enough points. So what you want to do this, you want to change your equipment. Because remember, all this Ra-Seru crap is going to be gone. So don't even think about trying to depend on that. Let's see, I still got the guide pulled up, don't I? No, I don't. Hang on a second. I think it was one of these things here. Let's try this one. Uh-huh. Really? No, he doesn't have the one I was looking for. I'm wasting people's time, which is okay because I don't worry about it too much. There we go. Here it is. Okay, you want... Wait, I don't have a life grail. You want a life grail, the metal gem, and a war soul, which is on Noah right now. So let's take that off. There. Alright, now in the next bonus episode, which is what this is going to be, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the expert course. I just wanted to get it shown up. I just wanted to show you my setup before I get started into it. So it's probably going to be a really short episode, like probably not even like longer than a minute. So I'm probably also going to do something else along with it. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But in the next episode, we'll do the expert course, so let's get to that.